What's up, guys? This is Carlos. Wanted to take you guys through our scheduler that's called Ximble. Ximble is our second variation of Nimble, which we used originally when it came out. Ximble is version 2 of this. Um, our scheduler will basically allow you to do three things. One, it'll allow you to see what programs, or excuse me, when and where you're scheduled throughout the week. Two, it's going to allow you to see, also allow you to see the time for your time cards that will eventually get sent into payroll. And three, it's going to allow you to see details about your program. What program is it? What time you're supposed to be there? Where it's at? Stuff along those lines. The cool part about Ximble is that it really gives you guys the power to tell us when you're available and when you're not available. It's supposed to be a streamlined process where you update your availability and your profiles, which we'll walk you through during this process, and it allows us to understand what your life looks like as far as availability. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to download Ximble. So we're going to go over here onto the search function down there. I'm going to pop that up. At the very top, we're going to type in Ximble. Boom. All right, we're going to download Ximble. Now in this case I have already downloaded it, so we're going to go ahead and open it. So take time to download, and once you've gotten that, go ahead and open up the application. I'm just going to go straight from here. So when you download your application, a couple of important things. First, your username. Your username is normally your first name with your last name's first initial. Normally. Now, if you don't know your username, please contact us. Please contact me directly, contact anybody on my team. We'll get you your username and password, okay? Once you get your username, you can very easily forget your passwords and just reverse engineer everything to be able to get onto your application, okay? So this is a little bit different of a view than most of you guys are going to see. Obviously, I have some administrative rights that not everybody here sees on their own app, but everybody here will probably see this same dashboard. You're going to see the clock-in function right here. None of us use the clock-in function. Do not use the clock-in function. Very, very important. You will only be, you will not need to do anything if you are scheduled into your program correctly. If you are at a program and you are not scheduled to be there and somebody asked you to be there, please make sure that you contact me after your event or whatever that looks like and let me know that you were at that event. We have a lot of processes of communication that happen in the office to make sure that we have the right staff and at the right programs, but some of these things do fall through the cracks. Okay? So we're going to update. I'm going to enlarge this screen here so everybody can see it. What we're going to do is we're going to go through your profile and how to update your profile and your availability. So the very first thing you're going to do over here is you see these three little lines right there. You're going to touch that little line. This is going to be your side panel. You're going to go up here to profile. You're going to click on that. And this is your profile, okay? So your profile is going to show you a lot of different things. Profile is going to show you, if you click up here on this area, you'll be able to see all of your vital information. First name, your last name, usernames. I have some more administrative stuff here, but this stuff is pretty much, it's highly, it's just for our administrative and HQ. The important thing about all this is to understand and make sure that your information here is correct. First name, last name, email address. If you have the opportunity to be able to put in your phone number, that is also, please do that because I think it's very, very important. Once you go into your profile, you have a few options here. This button over here on the right will show you the schedule. This button here will show you your availability. And then this button over here will allow you to chat with different people. That'll open up a chat. But for me, it is disabled. So what we're going to do now, oh yeah, also, make sure your phone number is right. If your phone number is wrong, give me a call and I can update it. Okay? Phone number is very important. Phone number and email. Make sure those are updated. Availability. Let's go ahead and check on our availability. So we're going to click this little button right here, or if you're back over here, you can click on My Availability. So we're going to go to the very top. We're going to click on My Availability. So now I am not unavailable. In this section, you can define where you're unavailable. So in this case, let's say we're going to have a 9 to 5 job. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to the very top and click on that plus sign. Every Monday through Friday, I have a 9 to 5 job. So let's go up here. I'm unavailable. We're going to go daily, starting from 9 p.m. Scroll down here, 9 p.m. to 5. Boom. When does this happen? Monday, Tuesday, and you can click all the ones that apply. So let's say it's 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Okay? Save. Daily availability start needs to be before end time. The start date was wrong. It was AM. 9 AM to 5 PM. Now we go there. Boom. There's the availability. That's what it looks like on my application. Now in this case, I'm going to delete it because I don't want to put that availability on. So that's how you update your availability. Please go through and update your availability whenever your availability changes. Okay? Please update it. You can also create custom availability. So I'm only going to be available, in this case, you can do something like what I just put in here. This is a custom availability that I have for practice at Menlo College. On Tuesday, so in this case, when you look up here, it's custom, it's practice at Menlo College. It starts at this time, start at this date, and you can change that date around, and ends at this time. Repeat, you can go daily, you can make it weekly, and then when does it stop? And then a little note at the very bottom that says, I have a practice at Menlo College. And what this will do is this will tell us, the schedulers, hey, on this day at this time, I cannot be on the court. Okay? I'm going to delete this just because it is an example. All right. So the first two major things, your profile and your availability and how to log in and how to download. Very, very important. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our schedule. All right, so we're going to go back here to this three-pronged area. You're going to go to say that says schedule. Now for me, there isn't anything scheduled, okay? But in this case, I'm just going to click on somebody's schedule and see what we got, okay? So this is still for March 20th. We're going to click on Anya. So in this case, you can see all the information that happens at your event. So we know that it's going to be clinic/power hour coaches. We know I'm going to be a power hour coach. I know it's at this time from 5:30 to 6:30 at Sports House, and none of this repeats. Okay? So I know now that I need to be at Sports House at a specific time. All right? So some of the things that you have here, if you go over here to click on my schedule, unfortunately I don't have anything because I'm an administrator, I'm not on the court. But also another thing of mine is to be able, is this open shifts column that's right down here. We're going to click on that. Open shifts basically allow you to pick up shifts for different programs. So in this case, let's say Neo Prep Coach, or Neo Coach at Sports House from 4 to 5:30. I want to pick that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll over to, we're going to, this is a bit temperamental. We're going to go over here. We're going to say pick up. We're going to scroll over. We're going to say pick up. And it's going to allow us to send a pickup request. That pickup request then comes to me. I check it daily. And what'll happen is I will make sure that if whether or not you get approved or not approved for that specific program. Okay? So that is open shifts and my schedule. Okay? So we're going to go back here to the 3 lines. I'm going to click on that. And the next thing we're going to look at is timesheets. Okay? Timesheets. Because I'm an administrator, I can look at a lot of these different things. And really what I'm looking for in my timesheets is to make sure that my timesheets correspond with the hours that I've worked. So in this case, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to me. Now I don't have any hours on my timesheet, okay? But I'm actually going to go to, let's just use Skylar for this case. All right. Skylar, here's all of his timesheets. What he's clocked in as far as administrative, professional development on there. You see all these things. It's really important to update, make sure your timesheets are correct, because that way these timesheets then go to payroll. And if timesheets aren't correct, payroll will not be correct. Okay? So that's how you update your timesheets. We're going to go back over here to the 3 lines. So, if we're scheduled for something, and let's say we cannot, let's say we need to, we cannot go to our we cannot go to our scheduled program. There's a few things you need to be able to do. You may need to, 1, drop an event. When you drop something, you tell the administrator, hey, I cannot work this. Please fill it with somebody else. That's the last thing you want to do. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure if you absolutely cannot go to that scheduled program, try to find a replacement. Try to find a replacement with somebody else. Ask one of your friends, one of your buddies, hey, can you fill in for me? I cannot do this. It's way too much pressure, especially if you're 48 hours in advance, to find another coach for your event. So please, number 1, try to find a replacement. Number 2, if you absolutely need to drop the event, and you'll have options to drop it. But also at the same time, contact us. Say, hey, Carlos, I cannot work this upcoming Wednesday from 4 to 5:30 at Neo. Then that prompts us to go looking for a coach. But 1, please try to find a coach that'll help you for that time. And then 2, contact us. All right? So, as far as other things for Ximble, that's pretty much it. Just make sure to follow the guidelines that we have. You can always check back into this website and just see how do I go about changing my availability, how do I go about changing all this stuff. There's also a desktop option as well that you guys can definitely use. But I figured most of you guys are on the run. You guys are probably going to be using the application more than the desktop. So that's why we created this little example. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call. You know my number. If you don't, you can always call the headquarters line, 650-644-5582. You can always contact me, Carlos at Team Esfaci, or admin at Team Esfaci. We'll pick up both. All right, guys? Thank you so much for sitting through this, and we'll see you on the court.